So what are you going to do now, sir?
Make an example of Ransley that will teach the others a lesson they won't forget in a hurry. Mutiny among the Scarecrow's men is a worse danger than the soldiers are.
Cheat, liar, traitor, convicted by your own words. And this court sentences you to die accordingly.
No, no!
The world is a carousel of color. Wonderful, wonderful color.
Walt Disney presents
The wonderful world of color.
from Walt Disney's Wonderful World of Color, more adventures of the Scarecrow of Romney Marsh. And now your host, Walt Disney.
On this program, we bring you part 2 of our story, which has a strange hero with an even stranger name. Sin. S-Y-N, not S-I-N. Dr. Sin, whose alias was the Scarecrow. He was a real-life character who lived in England during the reign of King George III, just before the American colonies struggled for independence. At that time, life for the ordinary people of England was hard. Taxation was heavy. There was a great deal of poverty. Our hero here lived a double life, a respectable clergyman by day and a smuggler by night. He became a legend, a hero, and a friend to the poor and needy. For years, the King's Army and Navy tried to catch him or to force those who followed him to reveal his identity. In our story, you'll see how this strange man, the Scarecrow, matched his wits against all the king's horses and all the king's men.
Scarecrow, Scarecrow, the soldiers of the king feared his name. Scarecrow. On the southern coast of England, there's a legend people tell of days long ago when the great Scarecrow would ride from the jaws of hell and laugh with a fiendish yell. With his clothes all torn and tattered, through the black of night he'd ride. From the marsh to the coast like a demon ghost, he'd show his face, then hide, and he'd laugh till he split his side. So the king told all his soldiers, hang him high or hang him low, but never return till the day I learn he's gone in flames below, or you'll hang with the great Scarecrow. Scarecrow, 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 Scarecrow. The soldiers of the king feared his name. Scarecrow, 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 Scarecrow. The country folk all loved him just the same. Scarecrow, he would always help the farmer when there was no gold to bring. He'd find a way for the poor to pay the taxes of the king. Scarecrow, every man would sing. Scarecrow, 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 Scarecrow. The soldiers of the king feared his name. Scarecrow, 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 Scarecrow. The country folk all loved him just the same. Scarecrow, Scarecrow, Scarecrow.
I tell you, I will not tolerate your troops burning cottages on my land.
Why not?
Because the people here are my people, General Pugh. My family have been squires of Dymchurch for 200 years.
I'm acting under orders that you're under too to maintain the law. You're justice of the peace.
Peace, yes. And you've brought war here.
This is a war against time. Offering a reward for the capture of the Scarecrow fellow who leads this rabble has been useless.
Yes, and so will be burning, terrorizing. My people hate you.
All right. I'll make a bargain with you. I'll call off my men if you'll help me try another way.
Yes? Well?
Now then. The Marsh people share equally the proceeds of these smuggling runs. That's the story, is it not? So, you're the squire here. Who among your tenants has been behind in his rents and then paid up recently? Suddenly. Inexplicably, perhaps. Well?
Yes, I see what you're getting at. I'll go through my accounts.
Yes, do that. Give me the names and get the fellows round to your house for questioning. They won't suspect anything if you ask them there. Then you leave them to me.
There's one that comes to mind. You might make a start with him.
Uh-huh.
A difficult fella. Bad farmer to a widower with 2 sons and an old mother he treats none too well. Ransley's the name.
Right. He'll do for one. Send for him.
Very well. You'll be round at my house tomorrow morning. But stop this burning, do you hear?
You're certain, sir.
Come in. Sir Thomas sent for me. Joe Ramsley. This way.
I'll show him in, William. Hello, Ramsley.
Morning, Master John. What does Sir Thomas want to see me for?
I don't know. It isn't my father anyway. Come on.
Come in.
Joe Ramsley, sir.
Morning, sir.
Joseph Ransley, North Farm, Bonington. You're not much of a farmer, are you? 3 years of bad harvests. Your sheep flock down to 60 head.
It's poor land, sir. I do my best.
But you've stayed on it. You got 6 months behind with your rent and suddenly paid it. And you've been paying it ever since.
Yes, sir. Well,
How?
I've been selling off some of my sheep, sir. Sir Thomas never questioned it, sir.
No? Well, I do. I don't think you sold your sheep, Ransley. I think you're a smuggler.
Smuggler? I'm an honest man, sir.
Yes? You suddenly raised money from selling sheep? Where? To whom? Prove it with dates and bills of sale.
I don't keep no bill, sir.
Don't try lying to me, Ramsey. You're paid with smuggler's gold. You know who I'm after. The man who leads you, pays you off.
I don't know what you mean, sir.
Oh, yes, you do, and I'll give you a simple choice. I'll throw you into jail on suspicion, and I'll keep you there for questioning until you rot. Or
Jail,
let me
sir?
finish. Or you'll turn King's evidence. Tell me all you know about the Scarecrow smuggling gang. Their movements, where they meet and when. Nobody will know you talk, Ransley, but it's you or them.
I don't know nothing, sir. I swear I don't know.
You're under arrest.
No, wait, sir, wait.
Well?
I said I don't know nothing, sir, and I don't. But I may be able to find out, sir. I'd try if you'd give me a little time, sir.
I'll give you 48 hours. You'll either come forward with the names of the men you know to be in this madman's gang, these so-called gentlemen of the marshes, or you can rot in jail. Got 48 hours, Ramsey, you understand? Now get out.
Yes, sir. I'll find out all I can, sir.
You'd better.
But that's what I heard, sir. And one traitor's enough to get you hanged. The rest of us as well.
And there's a shipment due from France tomorrow. General Pugh is staying at your father's, you say? Your head's really in the lion's mouth, isn't it?
Oh, they don't notice me, sir. You're going to let me ride with you tomorrow night, aren't you?
No, I'm afraid not. It's too risky.
I don't see why.
I said no, and you'll obey orders. Your task is to keep your eyes on General Pugh.
What about Ransley, sir? He's under orders for tomorrow's run.
Ransley's one of my men and has to be protected. I'm going to Bonington this afternoon, see what frame of mind he's in.
Afternoon, Vicar.
Afternoon, George. Brought some things for your grandmother.
Oh, I'll tell you here, sir.
Right.
Granny, the vicar's here to see you.
Is your father about, George?
He's round the back, sir. I'll tell him you're here.
Thank you. Hello, Mrs. Ransley. Nice to see you getting about again.
Thank you, Vicar.
I've brought something to cheer you up.
Oh, Vicar, you shouldn't. And to come all this way.
Well, I've a big parish, Mrs. Ransley.
Not as big as your heart, Vicar. You're too kind.
Well, how are you? Joe and the boys looking after you properly?
Joe, my stepson looks after himself, sir. He don't care for nobody else.
Oh, that can't be true.
Whatever comforts we have here, sir, me and the boys is no thanks to him. It's because of the... You won't say I told you. I'm not supposed to tell nobody.
I'm as secret as the grave, Mrs. Ransley. You know that.
It's because of the Scarecrow and his smugglers that we ain't in debt no more. And Joe's one of them. I know it.
Surely not. That villain?
He's no villain, sir. To us poor folk. Believe me, sir, if it weren't for him, there's many hereabouts would starve. Joe would betray the Scarecrow himself. I heard him today telling the boys, making them agree to what he's going to do. They're afraid of him, sir, and I'm...
Well, Vicar, you wanted to see me?
Just to say good day to you, Ransley, and I brought these few things for your mother.
Stepmother. Time for your rest. Upstairs.
Yes, Joe. Yes, Joe, yes. I'm going.
Can I get you a glass of brandy before you go, Vicar?
I thank you. Yes, you may indeed.
Oh, Vicar, I want...
Take care of yourself, Mrs. Ransley.
Thank you, sir.
I'll call again.
God bless you, sir.
And you, Mrs. Ransley. Oh. You're very generous with the brandy, my friend, at the price it is today.
Ah. It's a bigger price than you think.
I regret to say that a great deal of it in this parish has been smuggled in by some misguided men under the leadership of this Scarecrow fellow.
I don't know about that. Scarecrow. Why don't nobody talk about somebody else?
I'm surprised that among all the men who work for him, none has betrayed him yet.
Ah, because many of them are scared of him. That's why.
Otherwise, they would betray him.
I don't know. I'll let him stay and find out. As many men don't want to spend the rest of their lives in this part. Some have no choice. But there's ways and means of getting away. Don't you forget that. I've got plans. Well, never mind. Thank you for calling, Vicar. Good health.
Well, I must get on my rounds. I've a busy afternoon ahead of me.
So I.
Good day to you, Ransley.
Good day to you. And goodbye.
I got another horse and cart, Dad.
Good. Leave it in the barn, Jim. You, George, load everything we can take on our cart and you help him. Take it up to the old host house at Knoll Hill. I'll meet you there.
Dad, what you planning?
I'll tell you when we get to the host house. Go on, hurry. Come on, George, get on with it. Now, when we get the Bonington share of the contraband tomorrow night, we'll bring it back here. And then we'll stow our stuff on top of it, and then clear out.
Clear out?
Yeah, clear out. I got it. Away from here. And the Scarecrow, General Pugh, the lot. We'll sell the brandy bit by bit on the way to London. Then we can go where we want.
But the Scarecrow will find out.
Now, we'll be well on our way before he does. And with money in our pockets.
Dad, you can't do this.
Shut up. I tell you, I've got to. Or else Pugh will have me in jail. Come on, get on with it.
What are you going to do now, sir?
Make an example of Ransley that'll teach the others a lesson they won't forget in a hurry. Mutiny among the Scarecrow's men is a worse danger than the soldiers are.
Will you have to postpone tomorrow's run, then?
Oh, no, that cargo from France is too valuable for that.
Yes, but if Ransley thieves part of it, he'll make the Scarecrow look a fool to all the rest.
The government has sent an army to protect us. The army shall protect us. That's where you come in, John.
General, there's something here I think could...
Why are you scowling?
I'm sorry, Kate. I was thinking about the General. He dislikes me and he thinks I'm a fool.
But he thinks everybody's a fool except himself. Why let it bother you? I think you're the nicest man I ever met.
Kate, if only I had a chance to do something, to make him sit up and take notice.
Mr. Brackenbury, can I talk to you a minute? I've something to tell you, sir.
Where have you been? He's always disappearing for hours on end.
Please, quiet. I was down at the harbor working on my boat, and I heard some men talking about a smuggling run this week.
Oh, where and when?
Tomorrow night. They didn't say where the cargo would be landed, only where they'd be taking their part of it. It's a cargo of brandy.
And where are they taking it?
To Knoll Hill Oast House, they said. I could show you the place on a map. Why, there's enough cover there for you to hide your soldiers and catch the Scarecrow's men red-handed.
The Scarecrow? These were his men?
From the way they spoke of him. I don't know who they were. I've never seen them before.
This is wonderful.
Will you report it to the General?
No. And don't you either. I'll take care of this myself.
All right. But you won't let anybody know that I told you what I heard, sir. The Scarecrow's men would kill me. I'll draw you a map and take it to your room.
It's true, Philip. They would kill him. They're desperate men.
Kate, this is the chance I've been waiting for. I'm sorry.
Help unload. Come on, hurry, lads. Steady. Hold it. For your captain. Throw the kids out first. Skinnell, Davis, this is the Romney village fair. Take the Marsh Road eastward. Hurry. Right load. Sam, to Hathaway's. This load is for Dymchurch. Sir. Ransley, your load is for the people of Bonington. Here we go, lads. Get a move on, George. Hurry up. Whoa. Now load our gear. Come on, we no time to waste.
What are you going to do about Granny, Dad?
Nothing. Leave her. She'll be in the way.
Yeah, but Dad...
Come on, get on with it.
Go, in the king's name.
Run for it, lads.
Hold, Ransley. Hold your fire.
Court has heard the evidence against these wretched men. They were caught red-handed, with 20 kegs of contraband spirit in their possession, defrauding His Majesty's revenue. They have no defense. I demand that an example should be made of them, as a warning to all men and to their infamous leader. I demand that they suffer the extreme penalty of the law. Unless, as I am instructed by General Pugh, they here and now confide the name of their leader called the Scarecrow, in which case the Crown will not press for their death by hanging.
I don't know who the Scarecrow is. I tell you, I don't know. Nobody knows.
But you've seen him, spoken to him.
Only to get orders. When he called a meeting, I haven't...
Where does he hold these meetings? Tell me that.
Different places, different every time. On the beach, on the marsh, in somebody's barn.
Why protect him now? He betrayed you. Who is the man, Ransley?
I don't know, sir. Or else I'd tell the court. I don't want to swing for the likes of him.
Silence! Silence in court.
That concludes the case for the prosecution, Your Worship.
Joseph Ransley, George Ransley, James Ransley. The court is left with no alternative but to...
By your leave. Your Worship, I've just returned home and I found this note. It's a threat, sir, and I do not care for threats.
What's it? If the Reverend Dr. Sins speaks for the prisoners on trial, he will answer to the Scarecrow with his own life?
Who would want to threaten you, Parson? Were you about to speak for these ruffians in the dock? How do you know that?
Oh, well, General, words get spread, I suppose. I had mentioned to my sexton, Mipps, a point of law that had occurred to me regarding this case, and Mipps is not averse to an audience at the inn, where many people spend their evenings.
What point of law, Vicar?
Well, one which, if you will allow me, would certainly save these unhappy prisoners from punishment, were it proved true.
I object to this interruption, Your Worship. The Crown demands...
If you please, Mr. Frank. What is this point of law that occurred to you, Vicar?
Well, sir, would this arch-smuggler, knowing that the prisoners were false to him, as undoubtedly he did, would he waste 20 kegs of expensive spirit to bait his trap? I wondered if the contents of the kegs had been examined. If indeed they contain contraband, then of course the prisoners must stand condemned. But should they not be examined first? Has counsel for the Crown any objection to this?
No. No, of course not.
Beadle? Go and open the kegs.
General, I trust I can rely on the protection of your troops for coming forward after this threat to my safety.
Of course, of course.
Well, Beadle?
Your worship, the kegs are filled with seawater. Every one we've tried.
Seawater?
Seawater?
There is no law in England that can hang a man or even imprison him for carrying kegs of water.
The case is dismissed. The prisoners Ransley can go free.
You incompetent. I thought you were a fool, and now I know you are. You bungled this whole business.
Yes, General.
Trying to take the law into your own hands. Get out of my sight. Report back to Dover Castle.
Thank you, Vicar. Thank you for what you've done.
You've escaped the law, Ransley, but your Scarecrow leader won't let you escape him, nor any of his men who know you for a traitor if you stay in this district. You'd best get away, as far as you can.
You got off this hook, but you're still on mine, Ransley. You've till tonight, that's all.
Keep close watch on Ransley. Off you go. And you can watch Mr. Frank, the prosecutor.
Sherry, please.
Rum for me, Mrs. Waggett, please. This case you came down for must have been a great disappointment to you, sir.
And who might you be?
Me, sir? Mr. Mipps, sir. He's sexton, verger, carpenter, and undertaker. And what is more, right-hand man in matters spiritual and otherwise to the vicar, Dr. Sin.
Indeed. You seem to mind every kind of business, except your own.
Oh, that's very good, sir. Very good. If you want to know anything about anyone in these parts, I'm the man to come to. And being a servant of the church, the soul of discretion, and on the side of the law. Well, I suppose you'll be on your way back to London tomorrow, now that your business here is over.
Perhaps it isn't, Mr. Mipps. Perhaps it isn't.
Allow me, sir. It's an honor for me. Thank you. Your very good health, sir. Yes, I felt for you in the court today.
Did you? Well, and your very good health, too. You say you're on the side of the law, Sexton.
Well, naturally I am, sir.
The law was thwarted today. You realize that?
Ah, that Ransley's a villain, sir. A villain. It is a wicked miscarriage of justice.
How far away does this Ransley live?
About an hour's ride on a good horse, sir.
Can you get me a good horse without all the world knowing tonight?
Tonight, sir? Why tonight?
Can you get me a good horse, Sexton?
Yeah, yes. I can get that for you, sir. But, mum's the word, eh? I'll meet you at the fork in the sea road in half an hour. I'll have the horse for you there, right? Oh, well. I'm for home and bed. Good night, Mrs. Waggett. Good night, sir. Good night, boy.
It's you, eh? What do you want with me?
To talk to you.
The prosecutor's just gone in.
I know, I followed him here. Are all the Ranslys there?
No, only him. The boys have run away and the old lady's gone.
How can we hear what's going on?
This door leads to the kitchen.
I'm getting out of here.
Run away? Where are you going to run? This Scarecrow fellow or his followers will stop you going, unless you stop them first. Your life isn't worth that, unless I help you, which I won't do without you help me.
You can't touch me now. You can't try me twice for the same offense.
You were acquitted by a trick. You didn't know there was water in those kegs. The Scarecrow knew it, Ransley. And if he knew that, he knows you plan to run.
I've got to run. Not only from him and the others. General Pugh's after me, too.
General Pugh?
Put me in jail. Unless I turn King's evidence.
You tell me what I want to know, and I'll offer you something much better than that.
What do you mean?
The reward for your leader, Ransley. Give me the names of the rest of your gang so that I can bring them to trial.
Ah, and get me throat cut for certain?
You get it cut if you stay, and if you run.
Oh, leave me alone, can't you?
Listen to me. The Department of Revenue will protect you if you talk.
I can't talk.
They won't even know it was you. And even if they did, you'll be 100 miles away with enough money to start another life.
They'll kill me for sure.
They won't know. You won't even have to appear in court. Your written statement's all I need, and the signal system, and the hiding places for your loot.
That'll do you no good. I don't know who the Scarecrow is.
He'll come forward when we've hanged a few of his men, or someone will give him up. You leave that to me. Give me some names, Ransley. You owe him nothing, and you can buy your freedom.
You, the Scarecrow, General Pugh. You're driving me out of my head.
Talk, and there'll be 999 more like this. The reward, you fool. Keep out of General Pugh's way. Bring your list of names to me. 20 will do. I'll meet you this time tomorrow night at the castle ruins, and you can have the rest. Then you will be safe. Safe from General Pugh because you'll have done your duty. And safe from all the rest as well. Fail me, and you are finished.
Nobody'll know?
Nobody.
Mr. Prosecutor. What do you want at this hour? I thought you left on the London mail coach.
I'll leave when my business here is finished. You called me incompetent after today's fiasco. I've come to tell you that I'll make you eat those words.
You have you? And how will you make me do that?
By bringing to justice enough of the smugglers here to smash the Scarecrow gang. And probably catch him, too.
Just like that, eh? Well, well, well. And when will this haul take place, may I ask?
This time tomorrow night. I want to make sure you'll be here to help me.
Help you? How?
Supply me with an armed escort when I go to round up these criminals. I don't imagine they'll come along without a struggle, General.
What have you found out, lawyer?
Have a squadron of your troops ready, standing by, at the old monastery, tomorrow night at this hour. And I'll tell you then. I'll show you, General.
Tomorrow night at this hour, eh? Very well, I'll ride with the troops myself.
Thank you. Good night to you, General.
Mr. Fred? I hope this time you've not bitten off more than you can chew.
It's a good thing there are more brains in my profession than the evidence would seem to show there are in yours. Good night again.
Ransley will sell us all, you can be sure of that. Selling the freedom, even the lives of 20 of his fellow marshmen won't bother him.
We should stop him now. Get rid of him, sir. There'll be plenty willing to do it. Them as he's planning to hand over to the law.
I have a better plan. One that will teach a lesson to all would-be traitors and to King George's revenue men who offer blood money.
Ransley? Ransley?
Archer! Why you pull me like this? I ain't done nothing. Tie me, Cash. I'll fight any two of you. What's wrong with you? You're my mates. I'm one of you, ain't I?
No, Ransley. This court is now in session. Uncover the second prisoner's eyes so that he can see the Scarecrow's justice.
You pack of scoundrels. In the king's name, I demand that you release me.
Gag him. Now the indictment against the first prisoner. Joseph Ransley, you stand charged with treachery. How say you, guilty or not guilty?
I ain't hurt you none, Scarecrow.
Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty, Cassia.
First witness. Curlew. I, the undersigned, witnessed the accused Ransley's conversation with the prosecutor for His Majesty's Department of Customs and Excise on the night of the 16th.
What?
During which conversation the said Ransley agreed to turn King's evidence against the rest of us assembled here. Silence! Further, the accused agreed to hand over 20 names of men in our organization and to sell this list for gold to Prosecutor Frag.
It's a lie. I hadn't even spoken to him. Except in the court. That time the parson got me off.
You're lying, Ransley. You were offered gold to betray your friends.
No.
This gold. Taken from Prosecutor Frag, who came to keep his bargain with you. Next witness, Hellspite. I, the undersigned, witnessed the second prisoner, Prosecutor Frag, in the company of Mipps, the sexton of Dymchurch, at the fork in the sea road. I followed the said Frag across the marsh to the accused's cottage. This on the night of the 16th.
Lies. It's all lies.
Silence! Stand down. And now my deposition, Ransley. On the last run of my gentlemen, you attempted to steal from us, were caught, and put on trial.
Didn't there you none? And I was acquitted.
Through the intercession of a parson who disobeyed my instructions not to interfere. I'll deal with him later. You told the prosecutor at your trial that you would betray me if you could. In spite of the oath you made with me, the oath that every man here has taken.
If a man thinks he's going to be hanged, and his son's with him, he'll say anything.
What kind of man will sell his friends to the hangman for gold, Ransley?
I ain't done that.
And never intended to?
No.
Empty his pockets. Here are the names he would sell. Perhaps your names are among them. You were taking that note to the prisoner Frag tonight?
All right, Casher. So I was. You think you own us all. You were going to kill me. You drove my sons away, and the army was after me.
Cheat, liar, traitor, convicted by your own words. Gentlemen of the jury, how say you? Is the prisoner guilty or not guilty?
Guilty! Guilty!
Guilty it is. And this court sentences you to die accordingly. You dog, you're not fit to live.
What are you going to do? No, no.
Gag him, Hellspite.
No, no, don't.
And spare us seeing him die a coward as well as a traitor. You, Curlew, cover the lanterns. Uncover the lanterns. Justice is done. So end all men who have betrayed the Scarecrow and the people of the marshes. Let him go. Curlew, give my gentlemen the king's gold. Share it among you. And remember, the Scarecrow's justice. Now go. Quickly. Let him down.
I thought he...
No, he's fainted. I was afraid he'd come to while Frank was still here. Ransley!
Oh, no, no. No.
You're dead, Ransley. Dead to all the men of the marsh who would otherwise kill you. I give you 1 hour to cross the county line and away from here, otherwise you'll really die. You're dead! Run for your life!
Was the coffin ready?
Aye, sir. I finished it yesterday.
Laughter, Sexton. Have you no respect for the dead?
Drive on! Drive on!
Well, sir, as you said, so end all traitors. And the Scarecrow's men still ride the marshes.
Can nobody stop the villain?
They'll still try, sir. Don't worry, they'll still try. Look.
Achoo! Save some space in your graveyard, Parson, for the Scarecrow. Because I swear to you he'll be there. And soon. Ouch!
Good luck to you, General, and take care with that cold you have.
Forward!
Scarecrow. The soldiers of the king feared his name. Scarecrow. The country folk all loved him just the same. Scarecrow, Scarecrow, Scarecrow.
On our next program, we'll bring you the third and final adventure of Dr. Sin, alias the Scarecrow. It's one of the most daring and dangerous exploits of them all. We'll be back in just a minute with a few scenes from this exciting story.
Next week, an encounter with a figure from the past leads the Scarecrow of Romney Marsh on his most dangerous mission.
If you're the deserter, we're here to help, not harm you. I'm Dr. Sin. Harry, this is Simon Bates, an American. He's hunted by the law, too.
Mr. Banks?
How do you do, Mr. Bates? Deserter?
No. Preaching sedition. Freedom for the colonies.
Then you're taking a big risk.
Sir, you're wasting time. Come on, off you go.
Halt in the king's name! There are some prisoners in the castle. They've asked for my help. I intend to release them.
Release them, Scarecrow?
You will be led by the vicar of Dymchurch, Dr. Sin.
Be with us as the Scarecrow brings his fight for freedom to the King's General Stronghold. Next week, in the conclusion of our story, the Scarecrow of Romney Marsh on Walt Disney's Wonderful World of Color.